Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. How is it going? As always, well, I do hope unto you. As always, my name is Klo0ga. Here just doing a little vlog update thingamabob, because it's been a little while since we've had a bit of a chat, so I thought it was high time we did such a thing. It's my first vlog since Christmas and the holidays and stuff. Yeah, last one was when I was sick and dying. I'm mostly over that by now, just a bit of a lingering cough, but that's mostly just probably asthma stuff because it's summer down here in Australia, and that high pollen count really destroys my soul. So that's fun times and awesome and good. I feel like I need to be slightly better lit, or was that just causing weird bloom? Anyway, let's just leave that alone. Yeah, so I'm back, and I thought we'd have a little bit of a chat because things are really they're still getting back on track for me. The holiday break and being ill and all that kind of stuff, and then we had a really dank streak of heat for the last sort of week or two down here in Melbourne. Just grossly hot, and the way my house is set up, my studio basically gets shitloads of sun, and this causes problems when you want to record when you've got a computer that runs. Well, it runs. It doesn't run super hot, but when it is already hot, then the PC is just outputting more heat. It just makes a very, very, very gross, sweaty, wet, stinky time. Makes just generally being on the computer very unpleasant, let alone trying to, excuse me, trying to commentate through a video. So we're a little bit sparse on content right now, and it's been a little bit erratic. As well, of course, Steve's been away, and just teeing up times and things to record with other friends has been tricky. But good news is that we are getting back on track. Man, I'm a little bit out of breath. Actually, Steve and I just hung out like an hour or two ago. In real life, we went to play some basketball because one of my, I'm not going to say New Year's resolutions because that's just, I don't like those things, but just a recent focus of mine has been to try and get back into a little bit of shape because I've been a little bit lax with that over the last few months. So trying to work on a bit of fitness again, trying to get into decent shape because you're just noticing the clothes don't just quite fit as well. Vlog proof, dying. That's the ball. Look, there's a Steve.
Hi.
There we go. Told you I'd do it. That's me. I'm interspersing the proof footage that we actually went to exercise, so that's why I clicked just then. Anyway, getting back on track. So yeah, like I said, we've been a little bit erratic, but you know, the usual still ticking along. I'm sneaking some Grim Dawn stuff in, which is really cool. Mostly just build update kind of things, but that's all good. That's all good and well. I've got some other ideas for content in the coming days. Also, at least one or two interesting thoughts I want to put out there from the Grim Dawn wise things. And I have been working super hard on Grim Dawn stuff. I'm like this freaking close to doing another build guide. But basically, I'm getting screwed by RNGesus, which is random number generation, which means loot drops. Getting totally screwed by that, and it's preventing me from totally completing my next build guide. I'd like to at least get some of the gear that I'm looking for, but I'm having a tough freaking time finding it, I tell you what. So that's been good. All the Skyrim stuff is not all the Skyrim stuff, actually, we'll talk about that. A Tale of Reluctance will certainly continue. The story is trucking right along. Ron and the Overlord doing their dance around Skyrim and one another, which has been very, very fun. A Thief's Dynasty is like, I'm not sure whether I'm going to continue it or not. At least for now, because I feel as though mods are needed to really fulfill the story, like from a narrative perspective. Is that going to work out and be awesome? I don't really know. We have to figure that one out. But such is life. Yeah, it's just a bit of a bummer. If you've got any suggestions, I've said this in several of the videos, that if you have suggestions for that, let me know, and I'll be happy to take those on board. But otherwise, it might go on hiatus for now. I might stew on some other ideas as well. I've got a couple in the back of my mind in terms of role plays that could work. But I don't mind focusing on Ron's story right now, because it's definitely by far the most intriguing, and I don't want to get too swept up in doing too many at once. My good buddy, the roleplay gamer, has talked about his burnout when doing too many role plays at once, so I've got to be careful not to ruin a good thing. So we'll see how we go. We'll definitely continue with Ron and see about an auxiliary Skyrim series. I'm not really sure. We'll have to sit on that. Played some Disc Jam. That game has come out into like a beta phase. Oh my god, I love it so much. I'm probably going to try produce semi-regular content for that, just because I really like playing it, and it's super fun and easy to just plug in and record. So you might have to bear with me or just watch, because there are funny It's a funny little series to watch. There's just a lot of goofing around and throwing disc, and it's very cool and competitive. It has that Rocket League kind of edge, but it's kind of arcadey and fun, and just watch. It's very good. You should watch. And besides that, that's really about it. But that's when this week, and hopefully the weeks going forward, are going to be jam-packed with goodness and deliciousness. First and foremost, me, the Roleplay Gamer, and Stevens have an upcoming series that is going to premiere as of, well, tomorrow, as of the time of this vlog, which is going to be really exciting. It's about 24 hours from now, really, or 25, strictly speaking. I'm going to put a link over here. I'm going to use a card because I'm organized. So click over there to view Stevens and the Roleplay Gamers channels, because they are awesome and good, and we'll be posting their perspectives of said series. It's going to be really fun. We couldn't put the game down. We've recorded a crap load of it already because we just had so much fun doing it. So over the next few weeks, guaranteed you'll have eyes and ears full of this series. It was really, really fun, and I'm hoping you guys enjoy it because we already want to do more, even though we've played it so much. So make sure you check that out. It's going to be really fun. We really enjoyed it, and I think it really came across in the recording. They came out really fantastic. There were so many laugh out loud moments, even just watching it back. During the recording and then watching it back, both were freaking hilarious. So make sure you tune in for that. Steve's back on board as well for Torchlight 2, so that's really cool. That series will just continue on its merry way, rather just the usual shenanigans and stupidity that we get up to. Make sure you check that out. Always a good time. Also, the Roll for Perception crew, my tabletop role-playing buddies, and I got back into it for the start of 2017. I'm going to put another card, click this thingamabob, to the latest episodes, I guess you would say, or chunks of session, because we just do one long session and then break it up. That's the easiest way to coordinate for 4 guys who are trying to all play a game at the same time. Can get a little bit tricky. So hopefully we're going to get that a little more on the regular. We're talking about nothing set in stone right now, but just to get that hype train sort of gently going down the tracks, we are talking about doing some other series as well and trying to get content a little more on the regular, which is really great because I love tabletop role-playing, and I've talked about this before. It's a really, really great output for creativity because there's such fewer rules, I guess you would say. There's a lot fewer rules when it comes to character creation or character selection, as it were. You can create your own backstory and do all sorts of delicious fun stuff. So make sure you check that out because I really want that channel to succeed. So yeah, make sure you hang out with us. That would be very, very nice. I think that's about all I need to mention in terms of official channel-y kind of stuff. That's really about it. So I'll probably leave it there. Yeah, personally, everything's just trucking along as normal. Still just working hard on the channel. I've actually finally, or rather really restarted planning and trying to gather a bit of a story for like a novel or narrative I've been trying to write. So I may occasionally mention that moving forward. The project kind of starts and stops just because life is busy and things like that, but I'm slowly starting to flesh out I think it's a really cool idea for like a frontiersy, sci-fi, cyberpunky story narrative thing. It should be really cool. I don't know if it'll end up being like better suited as a novel or like a comic book or series of graphic novels. I don't really know. It's all really, really far ahead. it's in its infancy, but I just wanted to mention that because I've been working on that over the break. And also we have another cat. The cats fairly frequently feature in my videos yelling and meowing when I'm trying to record, and I mention them from time to time because they get in the way a lot, which is really, really funny. And we've kind of accidentally, or rather felt we had no choice but to adopt a third. His name is Russell. Our footage here. And he's a really sweet guy. He's been rocking up on our porch from time to time, and we've just given him a little bit of food and water because we didn't know who, if anyone, owned him. After an extensive hunt and asking the neighbors, it turns out probably no one owns the poor little guy. So you know, slowly we've been introducing him into our household, and at least while he's around for us, we'll do our best to look after him because he's a fellow creature of the earth, and we feel obliged to do our best to make sure he's okay. He's got food and water, and he had a bit of a wound on his ear, so we've been trying to help him with that because we really like cats and animals and things. We feel very obliged to help to help this little guy Russell. So I chose Russell because I like choosing weird, banal human names for pets, so that's why we've got Russell. Wednesday was adopted as well, our second cat. Really, all three were adopted, but Wednesday was unplanned, as it were. We had the one, we didn't plan to have another, but then Wednesday needed adopting, otherwise she was probably going to go, what do they call it, into like the, not foster care, why am I thinking foster care, like the animal houses, you know, the animal welfare and those kinds of things, and then eventually either adopted by someone else, or who knows what could have happened to her. So we took her in, and then we've got another one, so who knows when the number's gonna stop. But I wanted to mention him because he's been a really cute, nice, furry addition to our little family. So there you go, we've got 3 cats now. I don't know if he'll turn up in any other recordings, because he's much more of an outdoor cat, so he's unlikely to be interrupting mid-recording session or anything like that, unless he comes upstairs, which he hasn't yet. So there you go, you've met Russell, everything is fine with the world. I'm gonna go, this has been a sufficiently long video, I still need to edit it and get it out tonight, so I'm gonna go. You have a great week, I hope to see you throughout it. My name is Klo0ga, and you have a great day.